stage. Pressure coming out from Veno and Reddish. And typically, you could expect that some of these POIs, you can just split them, eat a lot of neighbors that they don't necessarily want to be knocking on the doors of just
But now the crash pad's going out. They're just simply trying to make their way to the front side of the lobby anyway.
And Queasy, the lone man on height, he's going to try and just make sure that he's got it as long as possible. Clix and Lacey, though, all the way in the bottom field, they are making sure that nobody can challenge their current position. Clix creating so much space. Lacey, all that bot reviewing from last night, buddy. It's kicking in now. Queasy going to be dropped down into the heart of the action, and now Clix, Lacey, and they absolutely blocked off Queasy's attempt to actually catapult himself back up to high ground. Clix, Lacey, they're just too tangled up. It's only going to be Clix that manages to finagle his way out of here, but he's going to shockwave up. He's here a duo compadre unit. They don't have to worry about anybody else because they're taking advantage, just spraying all these teams to the low ground.
They have the Chug Jug, they have the Slurp down below. Peterbot is trying to hold on to his position, spraying to the backside of the zone. That's Faxity that's feeling a little bit of pressure as they get shockwave up and off. Clix, Lacey do not have high ground anymore. In fact, they're going up against Sneak Off for it. First down going to be cleaned up. Clix is firing on all cylinders.
And Clix better because that shockwave sent Lacey the wrong direction, but it doesn't matter. Clix, he finds Alex. That's a huge shutdown to Loser Brute's team. And even with Clix losing Lacey, he looks like he's got things fully under control in the high ground.
He has to be careful though. He has no real way down in terms of safety. No shockwaves, no crash pads, but he's making sure nobody can look up, so it will not be a worry, especially with the zone floating on over to the side of that mountain. Another solo is going to be Peterbot, and he's running out of his Chug Jug, and he's running out fast.
That zone was looking awfully devious, but the way that it's pulling back over this elevation is actually going to be a huge benefit to Clix. He's got these pre-existing builds. All he has to do is...
But if you look up, no, that's not an angel. That's Clix, and he has more legendary slurp juices that he knows what to do with. This is a Clix game.
Kanata, he's reliving the practice moments currently. He doesn't have any heals this time, though, and Seti, don't know if he's in the same kind of position, but look at Clix, an absolute menace in the high ground, just causing so much mayhem for the two down below. Seti finds Kanata. Now it's all up to Clix. Seti, he's got a way to make his way towards the high ground. Clix can't afford a drop. He has to use all of his builds. He still has a couple of slurp juices remaining. He's going to look for Seti. He wants the finishing shot. He doesn't need the heal up, but he might just look to play it safe anyway.
Siphon mats are so important. That changes the game completely from the situation we're in. Double slurp juice pop. He sends Seti flying outside of the zone, but back he goes, and back he does it. Clix and Lacey win game number 2.
They said they were all night, and it doesn't matter what anybody else might make of it because they came prepared here today. The performance is peaking, Jacob. A victory royale in game 2, and Frankie.
I might have shockwave Lacey into zone, and I knew that would have been a big sell, but it doesn't matter because I won it. So
He sent me into the zone, but I trusted him the whole way. I never had a doubt he was winning that. I was just giving him simple comms, mats, refreshes, pop his slurp before he goes down to fights, and letting him play.
honestly, my favorite item is the spaz. They need to bring the spaz back. Honestly, I just kept on building up and up where shockwaves can't get to that height limit, so you basically have no threat. You just keep on playing your game and spraying. The thing is, me and Peter got a good alliance going on, so honestly, keep on dropping on Cooper and Zemi.
He's about to send shockwaves through your mind.
How did he have so many, right? Throwback to when Frankie was talking to them, he's like, yeah, Clix might have shockwaved me into Storm, right? How do you have enough to go ahead and do that to your teammate, launch yourself up like 7 times? As you can see, Clix is very, very comfortable in this meta. This is why they're callbacks to previous competitions way back years ago. Clix has been a player that's been playing for a very long time, instantly comfortable with all of the items that are going to be in this competition, which is why, of course, he was like, listen, there's purple pumps, please bring them back.
Yeah, Clix really set our expectations quite high for the rest of the competition. And, you know, like you were saying, he was doing such...
Keep on looking. I'm spinning you mats, and I'm gonna go down on walls, okay? I'm connecting. Wait, I'm shocking you, sorry. Don't no.
Shocked me, bro.
I know, I said I'm shockwaving. You're good. 100. Dead. I'm going on height again, I'm going on height. 200! Kill 3 on height!
I don't make it. I don't make 4 shocks. 5 shocks. I have 3 belts.
Let's go! Let's go!
We all no, Peterbot does not like anybody in his territory. They might be running smack dab into Cammy soon. Gotta keep an open eye out. Clix has lost Lacey though, and we are rapidly approaching that no more reboots territory.
This is best case scenario. Teams are already going to start their rotations on over. Just need to figure out how you're going to get the loot. Looking to get aggressive. If he can win this 2v1 fight, that's the loot that they need. And there's a big shot on the Gone. He goes back to back. Clix is feeling the pain as well. Clix is not slowing down as he does get the knock. Gone is gone. He is out of here. And now that is Lacey's loot.
And Clix, he's still looking to chase him out. He wants to get this duo fully eliminated. Flakes barely managing to survive. He's trying to run every which direction. One more shockwave to create some space. Lacey with the tag from overhead. They're crash padding in. They've got Flakes on the run, but he's gonna sit and hide inside of the bush. They don't have any idea where he's actually scurried off to, and they'll be forced.
It's gonna be a second chance as well, but I wish them all the luck in the world because look how stacked that side of the zone is when the reboots finally turn on. Luckily there's barrels, there is Slurpy Swamp, so there is gonna be some chance. Not only making that opportunity possible, getting Lacey back in the game, but getting him loot. Isn't that the creator's job?
But it's just not enough loot and Clix. Gone and Flakes just seem like they can't catch a break though. If it's not Faxity and Reason, if it's not Zemi and Cooper.
Because it's Slurp Rush, Taco. There are so many barrels to get that HP back up.
For sure, but even then, you don't want to keep allowing other teams to farm those individual elimination points off of you. And one team that certainly hasn't had any difficulties hunting for those elims might just be Peterbot.
But those are the dangers that you face around the entire lobby. If you kind of just
top end leaderboard in our top 3 position, they've got to be getting a little bit nervous seeing that elimination feed constantly light up with Peterbot's name and Clix. He's got a whole slew of problems right in front of him. Cooper and Zemi nearly taking him out. Lacey still a little bit left. Now he has to wait for Clix to play catch up.
Now, at least they've reunited into the same box. Clix now taking charge, even giving up something. He's leaving Clix by himself, and this is where players are falling left, right, and center. Clix might be one of them because he's feeling the pressure.
And Clix, he only has 2 builds left. Make that one build and a dream. Doesn't even get a chance.
7th to 2nd place, almost first in a single match. They're still at the top 10. All they need.
Shoulders, but they've got to see it through.
Yeah, especially if you're in first place, trying to play your game calmly, cool, collected. And then you just see the name in the feed lighting up with eliminations. It's almost going to force some teams to get more.
Never count out Clix and Lacey. He's going to have to play support. He's going to have to try and prevent Clix and Lacey.
And it will begin to close, so it's about 2 minutes, Taco, to reboot. They drop down, they start to feel that feeling of safety, but it doesn't slow down there. They focus up the lobby as of now.
They're barely getting just the smallest opportunities to try and restore some of that shield, but Clix, Lacey, they're just going to shockwave out. They're going to take their odds. Just catapult from Flakes. He sees the white ticks. He wants to keep barreling them with pressure.
I gotta admit, it was Reason and Faxity. They have that exotic...
They're trying to make sure they stay closer towards that front side. So many of our teams, though, have just been kind of duking things out in the low ground here, Jacob. And Clix, Lacey, they're gonna have to be a part of that because they need a refresh probably more than ever.
Cooper, Zemi already starting to rotate on over. There's a couple of chances here for Clix and Lacey to start to get aggressive, but they're just waiting to catch somebody off guard. A nice maybe 200 damage, and it's Ozzy, the ones that looks like they're gonna pounce on him first. Peterbot already made his way on out, and now he's gonna be by himself because they go ahead and take down Ozzy and get the loot they desperately need.
There's shots coming in from every direction. They're just playing a little bit too close towards that backside of zone. Teams know that this is an injured duo. Just be so turbo focused. They won't have a chance to try and recover.
Ooh. Now coming out from Clix, he has that mythic minigun. In reload, when you're almost essentially box to box away from so many other teams, all it takes is someone like Clix and this loadout to start a lobby focus. And then bam, there goes one player, there goes 2, it's zone 5. So seemingly still on top of figuring out how to make it work. It's Venish and Redo though, they're on the outside that are just closing in on that distance. And now Clix is joining in on some of that fun.
There's just nowhere for Lachlan to land. The zone is already too tight, just menacing by Kanata. Pretty much Goomba stopping Cooper. And that's gonna be a steep uphill battle for Zemi and Cooper to try and tackle. Clix and Lacey, that mythic is just going to be very detrimental for so many teams caught behind.
Queasy and Nick They're the ones that are on the high ground. 4 now, 6 zone relatively early, especially since we're going to rotate around the map.
Jacob, Zemi has 0 material, and it's really only just begun. Clix and Lacey, sure, we might be looking at them currently, but for the top 3, Zemi, Cooper, and just trust Aussie to play supportive measures or defensive measures. His objective right now is survive.
Just like Clix, and he has to do it by himself as a solo. Not sure how Lacey went down, but he is out of this one, joining everybody else watching this one.